right, hello everyone. Welcome to Multiplying Fractions. All right, this one is a pretty simple, straightforward one. It's a little different rules than adding and subtracting fractions. So why don't we jump right in? All right, so if we see a question that looks like this, all right, our brain might think, oh, I got to find common denominators. With multiplication, we just multiply straight across, no questions about it. Very simple, straightforward. All right. So when I look at this, I go right across 1 times 1, 1. 3 times 4, 12. 112, final answer. That's it. Now, very simple, straightforward concept. It does have its curveballs here and there. So let's take a look at some of those that happen when we do that. One gigantic thing that we need to know, and I think some of you will remember this from school, is the word of. In regards to math, the word of means multiply. Okay, so this is hugely important that you remember that. I think most of you will. It'll jog your memory from school that of equals multiply. Okay. Another thing that we need to understand is this. We can represent any whole number as a fraction. Okay. So if I have a whole number of 8, okay, well, what does this number 8 look like as a fraction? Okay, there are the two schools of thought where most people go to. One of them's right, one of them's not right. Some people think it's 8 over 8. Now, that is not 8. It is actually 1, because if you think about parts, your numerator in wholes, if you have 8 parts, if you eat all 8 parts of 8 of say M&Ms, you ate the whole bag. You didn't eat 8 bags, you ate 1 bag. So to represent 8 as a fraction, it is 8 over 1. Okay? So any single time you want to represent a whole number as a fraction, you have to just put it over 1 and you're done. Okay, so that brings us to our next question that we might see today, and that is 1/4 times 6. Okay, what is that going to look like? All right, well, first of all, I should say, well, 6 is bigger than 1, so it's going to make 1/4 bigger, which is correct. But to make this simple, all I do is I put this over 1. Remember, it's 6 over 1. That represents 6 instead of 6 over 6. And I multiply straight across. 1 times 6, 6, 4 times 1, 4. Now, this is an improper fraction, so I have to get rid of it. And some of you are going to get very good at this by doing it almost in your head. But once again, be careful because we don't want to throw any points away. All right, this would be our in and this would be our out for our conversion process. 6 goes in, 4 goes out. 4 into 6, 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 minus 4 is 2, and I'm done. All right, this is my whole number. This is my numerator, my leftover, or what would be my remainder. And you'll start to see that my denominator does not really change. Now, this is not in simplest, not in simplest form. Once again, you should practice simplifying because it will be something required of you as you go through your academic career. Right now, I'm going to be happy that you can do this process, but start to think about how you can reduce fractions. And how we reduce fraction is looking at how they can be whittled down to its simplest form. Now, this can be divided. What can go into both of these? All right, it's not 4, all right, because 4 works on the bottom but doesn't work on the top. It's got to work on both. It is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2, and you'll start seeing these. All right, 2 is half of 4, so 1/2. Okay, but remember that you can't leave this guy behind when we make our final answer. You got to bring him over. So the answer in simplest form, and once again, as a fifth grader, I would accept both, 1 2/4, is 1.5. Now, obviously, in grades after fifth, you'll have teachers, you'll have requirements where if you don't put it in 1.5 or simplest form, you're going to lose points. Okay. Another quick thing before we part is if I have, let's say, 2/3 of 10. Oh no, there's that word of, but what does it mean now? What does it mean? It means multiply. So all I have to do is just rewrite my question. Okay, 2/3 stays the same. This is the only thing that's going to change. All right, that becomes a mult sign, easy. Okay. Now you might say, well, this is going to change. Well, yes, it's just in a different format, 10/1. Okay. Multiply across, I get 20/3. 20 goes in, 3 goes out. 3 into 20, 2, no. 3 into 20, yes. 6 times, okay. We get 18. 20 minus 18 is 2, and we get whole number, 6. Remainder, or is our numerator, 2. And 3, you can see, does not change, and it shoots over to our denominator, 6 2/3. All right, well, that's all I got, folks. I hope you have a good time with your IXL, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.